Hello there guys, welcome to one of my videos. So according to AS, which is a Spanish outlet, they have said that Manchester United are interested in Sergio Reguilon from Real Madrid, and we have put an offer in for the player. Now Sergio Reguilon is valued at around £27 million, but it could go for around £22 million, could even possibly go for £18 million. Now, he is a left back. Obviously, Manchester United are in search for a left back. Obviously, we've got two predominant left backs at the moment, and that's obviously, Luke Shaw. He's our first choice left back. Like I've said to him, my only element of concern about Luke Shaw, he is injury prone, but Luke Shaw's endured 6 years with Manchester United. And obviously we've got Brandon Williams, he's obviously our backup left back. But obviously, wants Brandon Williams to get more experience behind him, because last season was his first season in the senior squad, but still did very, very well. If we was to sign Sergio Reguilon, then we could possibly put Brandon Williams to right back. Now, Real Madrid have also said they would like a buyback clause included in any agreement. Now, Sergio Reguilon has been at Real Madrid for several years. He joined their youth setup in 2005. He was in their youth setup for a good, 10 years or something like that. I think he broke into Real Madrid senior squad in 2018. Now, he's had a few loan spells. He had loan spells with Logrones, and he also was on loan with Sevilla last season. I think he made around 38 appearances in all competitions last season for Sevilla. And Sevilla, I'm actually keen on getting him. I think they did want to get him permanently. But Sergio Reguilon has got a contract with Real Madrid until 2023. And he's behind Ferland Mendy and Marcelo, because obviously Zinedine Zidane prefers to play either of them at left back rather than Reguilon. So that is the breaking news on him. It also mentions that Tottenham have expressed their interest, but again, cheap solution, and he could possibly be our second signing in this summer transfer window. Now, as you all know, we've just recently signed Donny van der Beek from Ajax. He's obviously our first signing of this summer transfer window, and he's our fifth permanent signing under the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer era. Obviously, we've got him for around £39 million. Obviously, we've paid just over £34 million up front, but there's like £4.4 million in add-ons. And Donny van der Beek has agreed a 5-year contract with the football club. That obviously keeps him at Manchester United until 2025, and there's also an option of a further year. On Monday, Donny van der Beek had completed his medical in the Netherlands, didn't he? And obviously, before it was made official, Fabrizio Romano, who's a very reliable Italian journalist, he confirmed that, Donny van der Beek to Man United was a done deal. Mohamed Bouatsfi, he also confirmed. But when it was stemming from Fabrizio Romano, I knew it was going to happen. I really, really did. Because he's a very reliable Italian journalist, like I said. But I think what convinced Donny van der Beek to come to Manchester United was obviously Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, because I think it did say recently that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer had a phone conversation with Donny van der Beek. But honest to God, I think he's going to complement Bruno Fernandes and Paul Pogba in our midfield. Solskjaer's planning to play Van der Beek alongside Pogba and Bruno Fernandes. We know that his shirt number's been confirmed. He's going to be wearing the number 34, I think, to pay tribute to one of his mates. Didn't really read into that article. And he's going to be the 13th Dutch player to play for Manchester United. And I presume that Donny van der Beek will make his senior debut for Man United. He'll make his debut for Man United against Crystal Palace on the opening day of the Premier League season. Donny van der Beek will travel to the UK after Netherlands game against Poland tomorrow. So that has been confirmed. But I think he'll exceed expectations in the Premier League. You know, Donny van de Beek was very, very good at Ajax. He was at Ajax for several years. He joined Ajax's youth setup in 2008. He was in their youth setup for a good 7 years. And he broke into Ajax's senior squad in 2015. Obviously, he made his senior debut in 2015. Obviously, went on to score 41 goals in 175 games in all competitions. And he did have a contract with Ajax until 2022. Obviously, I'm surprised Man United signed him. But I think it put Manchester United fans into meltdown when obviously Donny van de Beek refused to play in Ajax's game against Frankfurt in pre-season recently. Also, he told Mark Overmars and Edwin van der Sar that he will not be playing for Ajax again. So that did put Man United fans into meltdown. But don't forget, Edwin van der Sar did say a few months ago that Donny van de Beek would be allowed to leave Ajax for a suitable fee. And also to Erik ten Hag, who is Ajax's head coach. He said it was likely he was going to leave. I also thought Donny van de Beek was key for Ajax progressing to the Champions League semi-finals in the 2018-19 season. They also won the domestic double in the 2018-19 season. But at Ajax, Donny van de Beek was primarily in number 6, and he's predominantly a box-to-box midfielder. But I think he can be deployed as an attacking midfielder. I think he's just recently given his first interview since his move to Man United was made official. Obviously, it was made official yesterday. But Ajax have let quite a few of their players go. They've let now Donny van de Beek go. They also let Hakim Ziyech go to Chelsea in February. They let Frankie de Jong go to Barcelona last summer. And let Matthijs de Ligt go last summer. Obviously, PSG were in for Donny van de Beek. Arsenal wanted him, but they couldn't afford him. That's what they said. Tottenham made a late approach for him. And Barcelona and Real Madrid wanted to get him. Don't forget, it said earlier on this year that Real Madrid had reached an agreement to get Donny van de Beek for around £47 million. But Solskjaer's delighted with the signing, but Solskjaer's obviously now said he is looking to make 3 more signings in this summer transfer window. Obviously, you know, we're still trying to get Dayot Upamecano from RB Leipzig. Christian Falk recently said that Man United will not make a move to sign Dayot Upamecano. Obviously, Dayot Upamecano recently had negotiations with interested clubs, but he has broke silent on a transfer to Manchester United. Now, if we was to sign Dayot Upamecano in this summer transfer window, he would cost us around €65 million. That equates to just over 58 million in pounds sterling. Or is it exactly 58 million in pounds sterling? RB Leipzig did recently say that Dayot Upamecano is not for sale because recently Upamecano extended his contract with Leipzig until 2023. It includes a release clause of just over £37 million, but that can only be triggered next summer. So if we wait until next summer, we'll get Dayot Upamecano cheaper than that. Like I said, Arsenal have been in for him for a while. There's a few clubs that have been interested in him. He has enjoyed around 3 years with RB Leipzig. RB Leipzig did pay €10 million for him from Red Bull Salzburg. But he is only age of 21 and he's predominantly a centre-half. And Manchester United are in search for a centre-half. That is definitely a priority. You know, we have got 7 centre-halves in the team, don't forget. But we're looking for someone to go alongside Harry Maguire in our back line. You already know the news on Thiago Alcantara from Bayern Munich. Like I updated you earlier on today, he said that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has held talks with Thiago Alcantara in person over the possible move to Man United. Some Man United fans think now there's a chance that he could come in because obviously we're looking to hijack Liverpool's move for the player. Liverpool have been emerged as the favourites for quite a while to sign Thiago Alcantara. Bayern Munich have revealed their asking price. You know, they do want around £27 million. Cheap solution. Liverpool are not willing to meet Bayern Munich's £27 million valuation because obviously Liverpool know he's available on a free next year because that's when his current contract expires. But the first Munich wanted 31 million, but obviously they did lower their valuation. Bayern Munich said themselves that they was expecting a bid for Thiago in the coming days. Their CEO had said this. But Thiago Alcantara is predominantly a box-to-box midfielder, but he can also be deployed as a holding midfielder and he can also play as an attacking midfielder. And he's endured 7 years with Bayern Munich, you know, won 16 major honours. Obviously scored 31 goals in 235 games in all competitions, and Bayern Munich paid €25 million for him from Barcelona in 2013 and all of that. You know the news on Jadon Sancho from Borussia Dortmund. Obviously, you know, we still try to get him on the board, Jadon Sancho and that. So yeah, like I've said to you know, there has been so many players on our agenda and that. There really has. But we know that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's obviously looking to improve the squad. There's still key areas where Manchester United are lacking in that. But I think Solskjaer deserves to be backed in this summer transfer window because I think Solskjaer is definitely progressing as Manchester United manager. Because obviously he publicly come out and admitted recently that Man United have got to spend money, you know, if we want to compete with the likes of City, Liverpool and Chelsea and that. But I said to you before, didn't I? You know, we did begin to lose a lot of patience with the board. Because obviously, you know, they're to blame with how poor our recruitment policy has been for several years. Also, you know, we have overpaid for players in recent years and all of that. You know, but like I said, Woodward's been at the football club since 2012 and the Glazers have been at the football club since 2005. And obviously, you know, Woodward has said quite a few times that obviously he's willing to back Solskjaer and he assured that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's job is safe. You know, the Glazers also said that they're determined to back Solskjaer and that. But I do have a lot of trustworthy in Solskjaer. I think he can get all the players that we do want to recommend in. Obviously, so far, Solskjaer spent, is it around £200 million at Man United? Obviously, last summer he brought Daniel James and Wan-Bissaka and Harry Maguire in. And in January, he brought Bruno Fernandes in. He also brought Odin Ighalo in. Obviously, brought Ighalo on loan. Just after lockdown, we extended Odin Ighalo's loan until January 2021. And obviously, you know, we brought Donny van de Beek in this summer transfer window. And Solskjaer's also brought a few academy players into the football club. But I don't know if Solskjaer is the right manager for Manchester United. Like I've said, this season will tell the story if he's the right manager. Because I said, didn't I know, this season is going to be the big test for Solskjaer. Because this season is going to be his second full season at the club. Obviously, last season was his first full season at the football club. And I give you my analysis on it recently. And I thought Solskjaer did well in his first full season at Man United, to be honest with you. You know, he got us to 3 semi-finals. Obviously, got us qualification for the Champions League. And I did say, didn't I, how important Champions League was for our players, attracting players, and for the financial structure. And we also finished third. But at the first part of last season, we enjoyed our worst start ever to a Premier League season and all of that. And obviously at that point, Solskjaer was under serious pressure at the football club. But this season, Solskjaer knows that he's going to have bigger expectations to exceed at Man United. Like I've said, you know, Solskjaer's got to exceed these expectations, but our expectations will be to challenge for the Premier League title. Because obviously we haven't challenged for the title in the last 7 years and we haven't won the Premier League since 2013. And I think another one of the expectations will be to win a trophy. I know that obviously in the entirety of our history so far we have won 45 trophies. Obviously, 38 of them trophies came under Alex Ferguson and that. Like I said, the vast majority of our success came under Ferguson. But we haven't won a major honour for over 3 years, and that's the first time this has happened in over 30 years, is it? You know, we've not yet won out in terms of silverware under Solskjaer, and I think Solskjaer's been at Manchester United now is at around 20 months, including the 3 months when he was the interim manager and all of that. But there is still a long way to go in this summer transfer window. You know, we have made us for signing now. That's very, very good news. I think it's the first piece. It's been the first piece of good news for Man United, you know, signing Donny van de Beek, because everything was going wrong up until the Van de Beek news. Obviously, you know, we had the incident with Harry Maguire, Brandon Williams. He obviously got injured. And Wan-Bissaka, he said he was set to miss the start of pre-season training because he recently travelled to Dubai. You know, Paul Pogba, he recently got tested positive for coronavirus. You know, Marcus Rashford, he recently sustained an ankle injury, and it did say he's a doubt for England's games against Denmark and Iceland and that. And it did take us a while to get our first signing on the board. But don't forget, this summer transfer window is open until October and that. But I think, you know, definitely Chelsea are doing the best business in this window. They really, really are. Got to be honest with you. I definitely got to be honest with you in that. But like I've said to you, it is a transition period for Man United, and it has been a transition period for a while. Like I've said to you, know, the vast majority of this team is not Solskjaer. You know, don't forget he's inheriting players even the Jose Mourinho era. Still a few players here from the Louis van Gaal era. Still Matter here from the Moyes era. And there's still a few players here from the Ferguson era. But the vast majority of this team is Jose Mourinho's and that. So Solskjaer's obviously looking to build the next great Manchester United team. You saw one of my videos that I did recently. I went through with you how Manchester United can win the title under Solskjaer, and that's obviously making at least 5 signings in this summer transfer window. I'm very sceptical that Man United will make 5 signings in this summer transfer window. Obviously, you know, we've got to get rid of more of the deadwood. We are going to get rid of more players in this summer transfer window. You know, minimum I think we're going to get rid of is 8 players. Obviously, you know, we're looking to get rid of the likes of Jesse Lingard. We're looking to get rid of Andrews Pereira. Obviously, you know, we're looking to get rid of Chris Smalling. We're looking to get rid of Rojo. We're looking to get rid of Phil Jones. All right. We're looking to get rid of Diego Dalot. Like I said to you, Sergio Romero. What?
I'm going for the pants. You only can't come on at dinner time if you come in.
All right.
I'm off at dinner time.
Yeah. Sergio Romero, he's open to leaving Man United and that. So, yeah. But we sell players in this summer transfer window. Will generate money and will help us with our rebuilding process. Like I said, Solskjaer's got to improve on his decision making a bit this season, because a lot of games last season, decision making was not too good. I definitely still think that there's certain players that have got to improve at Man United as well. I think Maguire's got to improve. I think Lindelof's got to improve. Bayer's got to improve his fitness. Bissaka, we need to see more attacking intent from him. De Gea's obviously got to get back to how he was prior to the 2 years when he's been inconsistent. I think there's still aspects of Rashford's game that's got to improve, you know. So there's still certain players at Man United that have definitely got to improve. And it's very imperative that we keep our imperative players at the football club. So it's very imperative that we keep Pogba, keep McTominay, obviously, keep Rashford, keep Martial, keep, you know, the young players such as Greenwood and Williams. Obviously, keep the players that Solskjaer's brought in. You know, so there's still quite a few players in the Man United team I would definitely keep. I really, really would. You know, but like I said to you, we are unbeaten in the league since January. Don't forget, we are unbeaten in our last 14 league games. And we also went on a 19-game unbeaten run in all competitions until Chelsea had beaten us in the FA Cup semi-final. Well, I've definitely seen improvements under the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer here. Our recruitment's improved under him. I think he's also promoted the youth very, very well. He's also got rid of a lot of the deadwood since he got recommended in. We've seen quite a lot of players leave. You know, we've seen the likes of Sanchez leave, Lukaku, Andrew Gomez, Ander Herrera, Marian Fellaini, Damian, Valencia, Young, Smalling, Rojo went out on loan, but now they're back at Man United. Tahith Chong, he went out on loan, didn't he? I think we've loaned a few players out, didn't we? Loan James Garner and Dylan Levitt out. We also loaned Joel Pereira back out and that. So it's good that he's got rid of a lot of the deadwood since he got recommended in to the football club. But like I said to you, I want things to work out under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer because at the end of the day, he knows the club inside out. He was a great player for the football club for 11 years and he flourished under Ferguson's guidance and that. And he's learned a lot since he coming as Man United manager. You know, he has got that managerial experience behind him now. Man United is the third club in his managerial career. Obviously, before he was with us, he was with Mulder. And before he was with Mulder, he was at Cardiff. But his record at Cardiff was absolutely disastrous. But you can see what Solskjaer's trying to do with the club. You know, he's trying to change the culture of the club. And he's trying to bring, you know, players in with the right attributes, isn't he? Because earlier on in Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's managerial career, he revealed his transfer policy and he said he wants to recruit young British talents to Manchester United, you know. So, there you go. But Solskjaer is our fourth permanent manager since the Alex Ferguson era. Obviously, we've sacked 3 managers since the Ferguson era, and that was obviously David Moyes, Louis van Gaal, and Jose Mourinho. And in the last 7 years, we spent nearly £1 billion on players. We spent a hell of a lot of money, so people say in reality, you know, we should be where Liverpool are or minimum where City are, you know, but always spending big on players does not always guarantee you success. We've also got players on big contracts at the football club. You know, you've got De Gea on 375 grand a week. You've got now Dean Henderson on 120 grand a week. You've got Maguire, he's on 200 grand a week, isn't he? Something like that. You've got Pogba on just under 300 grand a week. You've got Rashford on 200 odd grand a week. Martial, he's on 200 odd grand a week. Lingard, he's on around £100,000 a week. So there's quite a few players that are on substantial wages at the club. But I'm hopeful that we can win a title under Solskjaer. I really, really am. If we could do this, it would be our first title under him and it would be our 21st title overall because as it stands at the moment, we've won 20 titles and 13 of them are Premier League. So as it stands at the moment, we are the most successful team in Premier League history. Really, really looking forward to the season starting. You know, within our first 7 games, we've got Arsenal, Chelsea and Tottenham. And also to Everton, and they're all going to be difficult games. So it's very imperative that we do have a strong start to this season. Very, very imperative indeed. We have got a good squad now. I think we've probably got one of the best midfields in the league. You know, with Donny van de Beek obviously in. We've got quite a few midfielders now though, but obviously, you know, our first choice midfield trio now is going to be Van der Beek, Pogba and Fernandes. So Fred, is he going to be leaving the club? You know, what's going to be happening with McTominay? Obviously, Matic, what's going to be happening with him? You know, we've got quite a lot of midfielders in the team. So, anyway, guys, that's everything to update you today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always. And take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.